She locked me in a room for 4 years, the very first 4 years of my life. And then whenever I'd scream, wake up in the middle of the night, like she'd throw me in a cold shower until I stopped, wash my mouth out with soap, hit me with brooms, hit me with spoons, and I'd pretend like nothing ever happened. And then I was the one with behavioral problems after that. I was molested when I was really young. And
by who?
Lots of people. I'd rather die than let something like that happen to me again.
As far as anybody I grew up with is concerned, I'm already dead. So whatever.
I'm sorry, I wasn't good enough. Dear Father, forgive me, 'cause in your eyes
his life to save the lives of innocent people in West Fresno. Today, he's been arrested for allegedly taking the life of a man in New Jersey. Thursday evening at a Greyhound bus station in Philadelphia. On Tuesday, Kai posted this horrific situation on his Facebook, alluding to being drugged and raped by Galfie. It reads in part, quote, "What would you do if you woke up with a groggy head, metallic taste in your mouth in a stranger's house, realizing that someone had drugged, raped, and had sex with you? What would you do?" Kai told KMPH back in February that he has dealt with heinous abuse his whole life.
There's lots of sexual molestation that went on. I was pretty much raised by the TV. I was a latchkey kid, and I was hanging around in the ghettos and places where I grew up when I was only like 7 and 8, wandering around with no support, nobody around to help me out. There's a lot of bad stuff that happened to me. Like, as far as anybody I grew up with is concerned, I'm already dead. So, whatever.
I'd rather die than let something like that happen to me again. At 17, I got raped, and after that, like, destroyed my psyche, like, how I felt about myself, how I see myself, and that. So,
you were assaulted, even as a 17-year-old, when you were raped. Did you go to the police at that point?
I ran out of the bush all naked, jumped off an embankment, got on over, I was throwing my naked, bleeding-ass body in front of cars to try to stop him. I never mind the police. I was just trying to get the away from there because he was chasing me. I was like 98 pounds. I hadn't eaten in 5 days. Broken up with a girlfriend. Super depressed. Like, yeah. Long story.
It sounds terrible, Kai. It just sounds absolutely horrific.
Questions rape survivors get asked in court. Hello there, people. Today I'd like to discuss what happens to people who get raped. We're discussing this to give you a very clear picture of why I refuse to testify in this case. I was first sexually assaulted when I was 4 years old, or perhaps a little younger, and I was brutally raped 2 days after my 17th birthday. A rape kit is extremely traumatic. They get you to lay on a cold table and stick Q-tips into you, then take pictures of your genitals and anus, as well as any cuts and scrapes you got from running through a forest, jumping off a cliff, and throwing yourself in front of traffic. You aren't allowed to take a shower or wash up until the rape kit is done, which means that you're required to sit in the ER with the semen of someone you hate leaking out of your private parts and drying on your face. Imagine that. So, 6 months go by, or I guess in New Jersey it's 4 years, and trial comes to pass. You're called up to the stand to testify. First, your lawyer makes you describe to a crowded courtroom in extreme detail every moment from when you met the guy to when you got the rape kit done. As you bring that memory back to the present, all the pain and terror and shame and every emotion you associate with the rape rushes into you, and you feel emotionally like it's happening all over again. When he finishes, and everyone in the courtroom is staring at you, they're trying to decide whether or not to believe you. Even though you know, because you were there, you can feel their skepticism. Then the rapist lawyer stands up, and he starts asking you questions. First, he tries to build you up, like he's everyone's best buddy, and you're just a wayward child with your hand in the cookie jar, about to get in trouble. They ask you questions that sound like statements, and apply things about you, like you asked for it, or you wanted it, or enjoyed it. I'll give you some examples of what I got asked when I was 17. Imagine yourself as a teenager who was brutally raped in a crowded courtroom. So, Kai, you knew that gay people went into the forest sometimes to have sex, didn't you? You were wearing clothes that gay people often wear, weren't you? You experience sexual urges, don't you? Describe the penis of the man you say raped you. What did he look like with his clothes off? Do you remember what he smelled like? Did he say anything to you? Describe his voice. What did he say? Did you look in his eyes at any point? Looking back, can you see the sexual desire he had in his eyes? Was his penis cut or uncut? How big was it? Show me with your hands. Now, show me with your hands how big around. Do you remember how that felt like inside you? Did he go fast or slow? How deep did he go? Oh, deep, huh? How long did it last? Wow, that's a long time. Did you feel any pleasure? No? Not even a little bit? Describe how you felt with his penis inside you. Did he use any lube? No? That must have hurt. No further questions, Your Honor. And that was a brief snippet of what a cross-examination of a rape survivor is like. Except in real life, it lasts much longer, like an hour, and your rapist and or his family are staring at you the whole time. What do you think about that?